G'day, welcome back. Just thought I'd do a bit of a video on the military draft here in Thailand. It's held every year. This year was April the 2nd, so it was just yesterday. We went and had a look at it. The Army visited Sam Ngao and carried out their draft. So this is just a bit of a video showing you how it happens, what goes on. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you at the end. The selection is done in April each year, and they have two dates for the start of service. One is the 1st of May and one is the 1st of November. I think if you have already turned 21 or you're turning 21 up until June or the end of June, I think you do the May 1 start, and then if you're turning 21 after that, I think maybe you get the November 1 start. So, and you don't necessarily get stationed locally. You may get stationed a little bit away from your hometown or home village. So, yeah, hard on some boys, not on others. This year's event was held at the Sam Ngao AMPA facilities. They have quite a large auditorium there where you can fit many seats. So it was ideal for this type of activity. I noticed an ambulance standing by. I don't know whether that's just in case someone in the crowd has a reaction to the result, or whether one of the participants has a reaction. But yeah, good to see they've got an ambulance waiting in case anyone needs it. As with any event here in Thailand or rural Thailand, you always see the food vendors here, food and drink vendors to supply to the masses that attend these types of events. So no problems with getting a drink or getting some food.
Video?
Yes. This year the draft was held on April the 2nd, 2022, and all the eligible men were invited up to the Sam Ngao AMPA building. I think there was about 200. I'm not 100% sure on those numbers, but I think there was about 200. Out of that 200, I think they take about 30. Not sure about those numbers, but yeah, the odds of actually picking a red card are not that high. Picking a black card, you've got a good chance. So yeah, the ones that pick the red could probably find themselves a little bit unlucky. There's no discrimination with the draft. Anyone turning 21 this year, male, has to go into the draft. They have young monks, they have ladyboys, and just heterosexual boys or men that do it. So yeah, there's no getting out of it. Everyone takes their chances. Basically everyone rocks up to the AMPA, and I think they've already been designated a number, so each of the villages have a certain amount of guys, and they just wait until they're instructed to go and sit and wait to be called into the main hall. This year I think is a little bit different because of COVID. The members of the public weren't allowed inside that building, so it was only the draftees or the young men that were going into the draft that was allowed into the building.
And สละสิทธิ์นะครับผู้แทนสละสิทธิ์ครับ1 คนมาจับสลากครับ136 ณัฐวุฒิ น้อยรอด 138 ธีรวัฒน์ พัฒน์กรม
How this works, as far as I'm aware, is that the year that you turn 21, you then become eligible for the draft. So you can either volunteer when you're younger and do your time, or you can wait for the draft and take your chances that way. So most of these guys that are waiting are 20 or 21 years old, and what happens is they put a whole stack of cards, red and black, into a barrel or a tub, and each guy in turn comes up and draws a card out of the barrel. If it's black or dumb, that's it, you're free to go basically. If it's red or dang, that means that you are going into the military. It's quite a procedure to watch, sort of done with military precision, I suppose. They line them all up in rows, and they go one by one to pick their card out of the barrel. They're instructed to put their hands high up in the air and then walk towards the barrel and then put their hand into the barrel and select their card. They are then sort of moved back a little bit, and they're held onto by a member of the armed forces, and I think mainly that is in case someone passes out through the shock of getting a red card, I suppose, but none of that happened today that I saw. Everything went pretty smoothly. All the participants were pretty well behaved. A few of them let out a bit of a yes and a chant when they picked a black card, meaning they didn't have to go in, but apart from that, everything went quite well. It's quite a social event. You see many family members attending and relatives. The one thing I noticed was there was lots of young females there, and I suppose that's the girlfriends waiting to find out whether their boyfriend or partner was actually going into the military or staying with them, living the village life. I apologise for the quality of the footage, especially the boys picking out, or the men picking out their card, but I wasn't allowed to film inside the auditorium, so I had to stand back quite a way. But all in all, I think you get the idea of what's going on. You can hear a bit of the talk and the calling out. Sometimes when they call out dumb or black, there's a bit of a cheer in the crowd. All right then, well that's it. Every year they have the military draft. You get some happy guys and some unhappy guys. But all in all, I think it's a good thing for Thailand. It's a good thing for the people that end up getting chosen. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll thank you for watching and say cheers.